Welcome to the counselor's office. I figured if I just say scholars at the beginning, it's hard for me to forget. But we are back in the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. And as per usual, we're going to do some more reacts because why not? So I just got done streaming Oblivion Remastered. Absolute banger of a time, which is funny because tomorrow is supposed to start the Concord Alpha. Marathon. I did that intentionally, by the way. I don't think it's Concord or Discord. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, literally take a shot every time I call Concord Discord, which is a lot. In my video, the downfall of Marathon, Bungie leaders are terrified. The video literally dissects why the free market does not like Marathon. Why it's not like that. It doesn't matter. There's some personal takes in here, obviously. But this is based on the free market, and it doesn't matter how many people in the Marathon Discord were excited. Half those people probably won't even play it. The reason why we're talking about it is that we're going on some fresh eyes. By the way, funny enough, this video has been received better than the Marathon reveal was. The ratio of people liking it is much higher. But today we're going to watch some more Marathon content. We're going to watch Fallout Plays, which I've not seen his take, though I do know that Fallout is kind of in bed with Bungie, but I'm interested to see what the take is, why Marathon Gameplay has the internet divided. So we're going to check it out. I'm interested to see his viewpoint or what he's going to bring to the table. The link to his video will be down below. Let's jump into it.
Not too long ago, Bungie finally showed the gaming world its first ever look at Marathon Gameplay, and the internet is torn. A crazy wide range of
it's
takes,
pretty
all
bad.
the way from, oh my god, this looks incredible, I just nutted it type vibes, all the way down to Bungie is officially cooked vibes. I needed some quick, low effort content because I'm busy moving into a new home. I really wanted to know what everyone's thoughts on the gameplay reveal were, is what I said.
Respect
so
for the
I asked
honesty.
my followers to give me their hottest takes on Marathon.
Hot takes.
Go through
Let's go.
them. This is a cabal.
Is that
the hottest.
Is that a cabal? I mean, like a robot form? I mean, if you're going to tell me that the animations might be the same as Cabal, possibly. I don't know. I didn't really focus too much on the NPCs.
Hottest take we could muster? Really? Remember Marathon? Here's a game that's not like that at all. $40 for 3 maps plus money for Battle Pass. I mean, I have no basis for comparison. I never played.
I had a lot of people who talked about Marathon in the comments of the video, and now they felt like it was nothing like Marathon at all.
Original Marathon. So I have no idea what it was like. Are any original Marathon players still alive, not in a retirement home? No idea. No idea. Yeah,
Dang.
I do agree that the $40 for 3 maps is like
it's not even that. Like you're getting 3 maps and maybe a battle pass if they're being intelligent. Outside that, you're getting 3 maps for $40, and it doesn't look complete to me. It just doesn't look like a AAA game. It looks like an indie game. And that's a lot of what people, the market, not just me, a lot of people in the market feel the same way. Outside of the art design, it just feels really cheapy. Oh, I didn't want to remove you. I don't.
Not too long just from them. My name is
hold on. God, I hate YouTube sometimes with all the clicks and you have to do. Yeah, I mean, I just don't. $40. It needs to be free to play, to be honest. I still stand by that. I feel like they could remove a lot. Even the people who hate this game or don't like this game might actually give it a try if it's free to play.
That the $40 for 3 maps is like, I'm not sure if I'm down with that. Oh, we got a take from the Lore Daddy. The worst possible outcome for Marathon is actually not a storm of angry gamers, but complete disinterest from them. My name is Bife. He even talks like a lore entry. I definitely see, yeah, if the game comes out and it's just so, like, nobody has any...
100% people aren't interested in, so to understand Marathon, I see so many people uninterested spreading misinformation about it. And yet, for being uninterested, the fact that they're engaging in those conversations is weird in itself. For being uninterested, they're talking a lot about the game. And let's be honest, there are people that want it to fail because a lot of people, like Destiny had over 300 on just Steam alone, 360 something K players, and it's down to like 30 players. And that's because people are tired of Bungie and they feel like they're not being respected. So a lot of those people have a hate boner against Bungie, and want them to get boned. And so it's common sense. That's why you see a lot of people who are not interested in it, but are, spreading negativity about it or pointing out the flaws in it. It's because they're upset that, hey, you killed Destiny for this, so I'm going to make sure that this game dies. And unfortunately, whether you like it or not, the free market does determine the success of a product. So, and we've seen it before where the free market has decided whether it has good gameplay or not, doesn't matter. This game is dead or is going to die.
Hard feelings on it, one way or the other, complete disinterest. Yeah, that could be pretty bad. But then again, games that did get extremely hated by the player base also withered away and died quickly. The extraction mode alone won't keep this game afloat. Halo had Arena, Big Team Battle, Invasion, etc. Destiny has Crucible, Trials, Gambit, PvE, etc. Marathon needs to build off the extraction mode and offer a wider variety of exciting ways to play. That is actually kind of an interesting take. I didn't think about it like that. I guess if you think about it, there are many ways to play each game kind of all under one umbrella. So Halo was, I guess, more than just an arena. I mean,
Halo had campaign, and I said this in my video, but I'm going to say it every time. Bungie made Forge. We have not seen it in Destiny, and if they made Forge, where you can make even Fortnite has custom games like Forge, where you can do a bunch of PvE stuff. I guarantee you would have people buy it alone, especially if you can invite friends, like custom games in Destiny, where you can invite friends or maybe just randomly invite people from the internet to join. You could do so much with a custom game / Forge mode. Like, be able to edit a map or have like a blank template like Forge. There's so many opportunities. And I think you see games like Skyrim, that the years of Skyrim lasted longer than it ever should. And it's because of the mods and the custom games that they made, or the custom missions and stuff. And again, I point to Fortnite, which is just one of the most successful live service games out there, aside from GTA 5, obviously. I just don't understand it. Snowman, be honest with me, bro. Did you wish Marathon was an arena shooter? I don't. I'm actually really looking forward to the extraction element. For a while now, I've been saying that Gambit and PvE was Bungie's biggest missed opportunity. So I'm excited to see it through the lens of Marathon. But at the same time, I don't think Bungie games are, I don't know.
Well, Halo's a little bit different, right? Because you had the campaign and you had PvP, but even under the umbrella of PvP, you had a bunch of different game types. Character models are ass, and the gunplay and ability screams Destiny. I'm sold as long as I can gear up and cover their ugly ass faces. Imagine my feelings on the character models in Marathon as a pie chart. Maybe 30% of me is like, some of these are pretty cool, but 70% is like, I think that one of the biggest misses that Bungie has currently on Marathon right now is the fact that there's no character customization at all.
Yeah.
Again, people will disagree with me on this. That is totally okay. I don't mind that there are classes. Let me play the glitch class and let me customize and...
I'm sorry. I know this is supposed to be alpha, but there's no shot. If I want someone to make this screenshot in Roblox because it would fit. That's the problem. This doesn't look like AAA. This looks like something an indie developer made in Roblox.
Create and change my own glitch. It's she's kind of cool, but what if I want mine to look different? What if I want mine to look the way I want mine to look, right? I'm sure people will find skins that they end up really enjoy using for
$20, or if it's Call of Duty, $30, $40, because they got to milk the small player base that's going to be playing Marathon
for each class, which is fine, but I just really think it's a miss that I can't customize my character. Marathon will do better than Borderlands 4 at launch? Dude, okay, wow.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
What are we defining as do better? Financially? We think that Marathon will do better financially than Borderlands
no shot.
4? I don't know.
I don't believe so.
How many people will be playing the...
Okay, so let's be honest. Truth moment. Is Borderlands a niche community? Yes. Is traction shooters a niche community? Yes. Which one of these games do Destiny players more likely relate to? Let's see. Destiny is currently more popular as a PvE game. It has PvP, but it's not as fruitatious. People aren't as excited about the PvP section of Destiny. They mostly play for the PvE. So you have a looter shooter like Destiny that is a single player that has no PvP, and it is a complete product on launch. You have Marathon, $40, not complete product, live service, PvP focus, has splices of PvE from a company that you've lost trust in. Granted, people have lost trust in Borderlands too, but I would weigh the options of years. We've had more success, I think, on the Borderlands. There's more trust on this side than Bungie. I don't know. I don't agree. If you're talking about for a paid product, there's no shot in hell that Borderlands will do worse than Marathon. You could argue that they may be on the same page. I don't believe so, but you could, that would be a more reasonable argument than to say that Marathon will do better. There's no fucking way.
The first weekend, no one plays Borderlands anymore. I mean, people didn't like Borderlands 3, but I think Borderlands 4 is kind of like it might be their return to form.
Dude, that's badass.
Their golden redemption arc. You might have to put on the tin.
I mean, you look at the gore, like they are doing everything to advertise this as a bloody massacre. And if you don't think people are going to eat this up, you are lying to yourself.
The tinfoil hat for this one, boys, but I'm thinking that Borderlands 4 is going to do better. I don't know. I think if Bungie has Marathon outsell and outperform, if Marathon is above Borderlands 4 for like the first month of release, I think that's a huge win for Marathon. A huge win. I don't even know. Hero shooters are lame. It should have been a simple extraction game, or Bungie just spend 6 years on Destiny 3.
Should have been. Man, Destiny 3, man.
I mean, if we had the option between make Marathon or have the 300 or whatever, however many people at Bungie are working on Marathon get shifted to Destiny 3, I probably would have taken the Destiny 3 if I'm being.
I think a lot of people would. Here's the deal. I've also seen in my comments section, and it's a good argument, that they could have made Marathon like they made like Doom, the Doom 2016, where they brought it up to, you know, modern times. And I said specifically they could have made the PvP like Doom did. Granted, it was a hit or miss for some people, but I thought the multiplayer for Doom was fine. Obviously, it wasn't the bread and butter, but I feel like they could have done an not extraction shooter, but they could have done a PvP for Marathon, but really sold on the PvE side of things. But let's be honest, Bungie did this intentionally because Sony wants live service games because they want to milk gamers. If you think that they respect you, that they care about you, that they want to give you a product that you care about, remember, Marathon was a single player game and they have transformed it into a live service multiplayer extraction shooter. It's because they want to milk your tits.
Being complete.
And not like in a good way, not like it's not consenting. They're going to literally try to milk you like a fat cow.
Completely honest. If it has 80% of Destiny's gunplay, it's the best shooter on the market. Wow. Okay. Finally. Caliente. Fire. That's a hot take. That's a really hot take. Destiny has 100% of Destiny's gunplay. Is Destiny the best shooter on the market? Here's
It's not.
a hint. The answer is no. I will give Bungie a lot of
I
praise.
love Fallout. Bro, Fallout. I love Fallout. I said that he might be in bed with Bungie, but I don't care. He is so honest. I love Fallout, man. I wish he was on the TV. I wish he was being advertised and had some massive success. I also wish he played more than just Destiny, like branched out. Like the dude's so honest.
Their gunplay is so supreme. I play plenty of other shooter games. So many of them just feel inferior to like the gunplay offered by by Bungie. They have great gunplay. To envision a world where Marathon is, quote, the best shooter on the market. You see those people who play Counter-Strike? How many people are playing Counter-Strike literally right now? There are over 1 million people playing Counter-Strike 2 right now.
Do the Destiny comparison.
Yeah.
Do the Destiny comparison.
See how that take comes in October. Let's
Oh, hold on. I'll do the comparison. All right, here's the comparison. Here's Destiny. Best gunplay, best shooter in the market. Yep. It's the best. Absolute dominating the market. Yep. Absolutely. I love pulling up data because no one can argue against data. I love facts because your feelings don't matter.
come back to that maybe. I think it'll hit on almost all cylinders except for one. That one thing is a big one though, likely the gameplay loop. I think if the cat isn't really in the game, it's going to fail horribly.
Oh, the gameplay, I think, why did you miss that? That's a good argument. It'll be the one thing that caused it to flop. I hope I'm wrong. And I've actually heard some of the people who went to it complain that it wasn't there. Marathon is good, but not great because the gameplay loop is just not there. And I think that's part of the problem with watering it down and turning it into an arcadey social shooter, even though it doesn't have any social at all, which is funny. That is the downfall, is that you remove some of these hardcore loops. I mean, they don't even have like your own like a hideout area where even like Tarkov, you go into the game, you loot, you go and build up your hideout by finding these parts, doing different tasks. Like, it is a fundamental big part of what makes Tarkov successful, is that there's so many levels that you can literally spend hours building into, and Marathon doesn't seem to have that.
Likely the gameplay loop. I think if the cat isn't really in the game, it's going to fail horribly. If the cat is pettable and there are more cats, it's going to make $1 billion. Take that to the bank, shotgun man. Somebody time her out. Look, in the year of our Lord, 2025, you can kind of half-ass your game. And as long as there's just maybe one or two key elements in it, the money will just roll in. One.
Yeah, Halo Infinite's a great sign. People lost their goddamn mind for cat ears. And ever since then, Halo Infinite is literally being pumped by the blood of cat ear lovers everywhere. Everything that comes in the store, people are literally just pumping into Halo Infinite to keep the decrepit ancient body alive.
Cute animal companions. 2 hypersexualized characters. That's why Monster Hunter is so popular, because you have the best of both worlds. If Marathon flops, which is not entirely out of the picture, Bungie may never recover from this. I am very worried about what the future for Destiny 2 and Bungie would look like if Marathon fails hard. I'm talking hard. I'm talking harder than my rock hard abs hard. I feel like some people want Marathon to fail because that would potentially mean that, yeah, now Destiny 2 must be better and must succeed. But I want to live in a world where both IPs succeed. That's the world that I kind of want to be in.
I want to live in a world where Bungie is no longer in control of Destiny. That's the world I would live in, because here's the real problem, is that everyone that was working on Destiny that was a veteran has left. Like, all the veterans are leaving or have been fired, and that doesn't look good for the future of Destiny. I just look at the state of the game already, how often we have issues. It is a joke. So I personally would be okay if Bungie did not succeed. I don't want Marathon to fail, but if it didn't, I'm not going to cry about it.
But I am a little bit worried. I will admit that. Pete is.
By the way, even the leaders of Bungie are worried. That's why they lifted the NDA in the first place, is because they were worried, which is not a good sign if a game is supposed to be successful.
Gonna have to give up one of his many cars. Not the car collection. Current Bungie should rebrand instead of parading garbage out and attaching old franchise names to them to feign legitimacy. There is nothing about this shitty extraction shooter that looks or feels anything like Marathon. None of these people had anything to do with Marathon. That is a aggressive take. I've heard from a select number of people, that they're very confused as to why this is even under the umbrella of Marathon. I guess I've never played Marathon. I have no idea how close the original Marathon franchise is to whatever new Marathon extraction shooter is. I'm feeling like they're probably gonna have it more attached to the lore as they begin to unfold the narrative, which won't be like super upfront in the world of Marathon. I feel like the narrative and the story and the lore is kind of going to be hidden throughout the background via contracts and Easter eggs and stuff like that. Marathon,
it's going to be just like Fortnite, where you do quests and tasks, and when you complete it or something, you're going to get some dialogue, or possibly, I don't know, if they're smart, they'll do like Fortnite, because Fortnite does quests and they do it really well. It's not the biggest part of it, which this is the thing that a lot of people like to harp on. Like, Bungie does great narrative, but I don't think narrative is going to be the biggest part of this game. I think there's delusion that they think it's going to be like Destiny. I don't think it's going to be like Destiny. And most of the people who have played Marathon have said this looks nothing like Marathon. So it just screams cash grab. And that's why the free market doesn't like it, and why I'm not interested in it. Like, I want to play the OG Marathon before the release of Marathon, or the release of beta or whatever, just so I can see for myself. But everything I've seen and heard so far, this game looks nothing like its original.
Marathon is the new wife after years of cheating and infidelity. Destiny is the loyal housewife that is now a single mother with 3 kids and no car. How dare Bungie make a new IP? How dare you? Destiny 2 is picking up the kids from soccer practice right now, and you're off with this floozy at a 24-hour motel. We can live in a world where you have multiple IPs under one.
I think you're right, but you're also wrong. I disagree with Fallout, because this person's saying is that, hey, what he should have said, I think, would been more sense is, hey, we're going to neglect you like the ugly stepchild, but we're going to make you pay us. You live under my roof, but you're going to pay me. But now I have this new kid that I love, and I'm going to spoil them, and I'm going to put them up and tell everyone about it, how I'm excited about this. But you're the ugly stepchild. You have to pay me to live here. Destiny has been neglected. People in the community have been disrespected, lied, gaslighted. I mean, there's so many issues. Even the function of the game continues to just crash. The error codes, spending an entire day just to get servers up and running. So many new content breaking old content, or even new content breaking new content. The constant uphill climb of, we just want the game to be good. Please focus on the game. And now they're like, no, we're just going to focus on Marathon. That's kind of the thought process with these people. So I think you're right. In a world where the first game, the IP, is given respect and love that it deserves, in which case it currently is not.
One umbrella. Why am I talking with my hands so much? You think I'm an Italian. It's going to be massively successful, and I'll tell you why. Destiny players love to suffer and love to complain. Ergo, a game all about suffering and complaining, they'll fit right in. I mean, you've kind of got our number right there, don't you? If Marathon...
No, see, they like to complain, but they also don't like losing loot, and that's a distraction shooter.
Becomes popular, will it cannibalize the already shrinking Destiny player base?
Hell no.
Making D2 PvP totally unplayable for the majority of regions. I think that even if Marathon's PvP is good, remember that I think that these are two completely different experiences.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're both PvP, but extraction very different from the type of PvP we have in D2. And again, I'm not entirely sure that they're both aiming at the same market, because
it is so funny that people don't even know who this is for, because Bungie's done such a crappy job. Extraction shooters are not the same as Destiny, and this game was never intended to focus on Destiny players. It was intended for the extraction shooters. Then you get people that are like desperate to like, no, this is meant for Destiny players. No, it's not. Like, I don't understand why people think that this Marathon was meant for Destiny players, when Marathon, the game itself, isn't even the original Marathon. So the people who like Marathon, this game isn't even for them. So why would it be for you as a Destiny player?
On one hand, the D2 market is like, loot, 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 horde, gimme, stay away from my vault, fuck you. And then the Marathon crowd is a little bit different because you willingly are going to be giving up your entire loot stash every season. So I'm not sure that they're targeting the same thing. I'm still holding on to the cope dream that eventually one year, I don't even care if it's 5 years from now, they come out with D3 and there are
that is some cope
dedicated servers. I know. I am like the conductor of the cope train right now, but one day, too stylized. I get the art and it looks sick, but the guns look almost like Lego.
True.
Super blocky, even.
That's where I keep telling people it looks like Roblox. Like people who are like, it doesn't, have never actually played Roblox. The amount of people in the Destiny community, like I play all kinds of different games. Like I'm a gamer who games. Let's look at, just looking at, this is not even my Destiny account. This is my other account. I have 239 games. I play a lot. So I played a lot of different genres besides just Destiny. So when I say that I know what other games look like Roblox, people who've never played it are like, you don't know what you're talking about. I guarantee I know more than you.
An MG chain mag was rectangular. I don't know what it is. It just looks goofy. The art style in Marathon is very polarizing. Very, very polarizing. It's definitely very unique and crazy and wild, and I haven't really seen anything else like it.
I wonder why.
Very unique. But there are other parts where I see some of the weapon designs and I'm like, what am I looking at? Like, it's interesting. The Lego gun comparison is funny. I will admit that. Marathon will be a fun extraction shooter and cultivate a solid and strong following, but it won't set the world on fire and become the next Fortnite.
Okay.
Sony will ding/can Bungie for it. I
think that's fair. I do think it will have a cult following like Destiny. Like even though there's like 30K on Steam, it's a pretty dedicated 30K. It's dipped down to 18. Like we've never gone below 10K players on Steam. So there's definitely a dedicated cult following, and I could see Marathon getting similar, but I absolutely agree that it won't be at the level that Sony wants it to be. And I do think we will see layoffs in the future.
I don't know if Sony's going to beat up Bungie if it's not the next Fortnite. I mean, that's a really high bar, right? A very high bar to expect them to become the next Fortnite. I just think as long as Marathon is a financial success to some degree, then Sony's going to give the thumbs up and be like, all right, crack the whip, back to work. More.
We'll see.
Destiny
I don't know.
Creators seem obliged to cover Marathon purely because it's a
yes
game.
Yep.
Shouldn't it be treated just like any other game? And would they cover any?
Absolutely. This right here is probably the truest statement I have ever seen.
Other extraction shooter if it wasn't a Bungie game? Maybe not. The hype seems a bit forced. Not necessarily aimed at you, by the way. I didn't think it was, but thank you for clarifying. That's an interesting one. I can only speak for me. I can't speak, nor would I want to try and speak for other content creators. We're not some kind of weird hive mind. I've disagreed with my fellow content folk on many other things.
And it seems pretty
Marathon because of my track record enjoying Bungie games, which is like Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3.
That's fair.
Halo Reach. Yes, I enjoyed Reach. Destiny 1.
Why do people not like Reach? Reach multiplayer was fun.
And Destiny 2. A lot of games that Bungie have put out, I have historically enjoyed very much. There have definitely been moments like this.
Yes.
You know.
That's fair.
One down here was certain metas in Destiny PvP and the introduction of Bloom in Halo Reach, which I fucking hated. So I'm hoping.
Oh God, yeah, that's true.
That Marathon will be a win. So it's another game I can kind of add into my roster, my Rolodex, my Thanos gauntlet, whatever you want to call it. I'm hyped off the premise that like I love Bungie Gunplay, and I like usually the products that they make. A big thank you to everybody who weighed in, regardless of opinion. I remain cautiously.
Yeah, I think that was a good video. I think it was pretty fair. there's a couple of takes I didn't really agree with. I think this is probably the biggest thing that is shooting Bungie in the foot, is that Destiny content creators are forcing the hype. And it doesn't make sense because there's a lot of confusion of who's this for. People are being told this isn't a PvP. This is not meant for Destiny players. This is not a PvE game. But now they're like, oh, if you like Destiny, you'll love this because it has a bunch of raid mechanics and lore. And the problem is there's nothing in here is innovative. Nothing's unique or different. I mean, you could give it does this. Well, there's a bunch of games that do that. Well, it does this. Well, a bunch of games. Oh, the NPCs are really deadly. So are Tarkov. It's funny. We're talking about who this game is for. Literally, he's upset. This person right here on the video about my critique about Marathon says, your arguments are weak. Props for not siding with Concord, D crowd, but you sided with Shroud's brain dead argument. He's a Tarkov player. Tarkov, shitty game for sweats. Also, the setting of Tarkov is just plain boring. Your argument's weak. Doesn't watch the whole thing. My mates like it. So that's not the majority of the gaming market. Shroud's a Tarkov player. Tarkov is an extraction shooter. He should be the intended audience, not Destiny players. And the best arguments I'm getting is, he's not, and he shouldn't be. And that's why I don't like your argument. Tarkov is its own league. It's still an extraction shooter. And there's other extraction shooters like Delta Force and Hunt Showdown is a loose label that doesn't describe the whole game. Yes, extraction shooters players are not the intended audience for extraction shooter. I don't like your arguments. Facts mean more than your feelings. This statement is anyone needs to see and move on. That's not what I meant. I'll simply say for Tarkov players, not the intended audience. But they are! That's why I'm saying I don't understand the whole it's meant for Destiny players. No, it's meant for extraction shooters, which is funny. They literally had Tarkov players come and test out the game. Do not tell me that Bungie did not want to try to compete against Tarkov if they didn't. Why would they invite Tarkov players to play their game? You can't make this up. The people who want to defend Marathon against the free market are doing such a shitty job at it. And their argument is because I don't like your arguments. Because I don't like it. I don't like it. Well, I like Marathon. Your feelings mean nothing to the market. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. The market is the market. I have no control. I could say something bad about Baldur's Gate and I would be swarmed with hatred because it's a success because the free market says it is. Not that I actually have anything bad to say about Baldur's Gate. It's not for me, but I'm glad it was a success. I just don't understand people who don't understand what the free market is. They think that they can live in La La Land. It doesn't exist, but it does. It doesn't matter what you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. If the mass majority of the free gaming market says a game is bad, it's bad. Doesn't mean it has to be logical. Doesn't mean it has to make sense. The game market decides. They decided on Suicide Squad. They decided on Concord. They decided on Redfall. They decided on, what is another game that went down to the toilet? Veilguard. The gaming market has decided on a lot of games this year and the previous years. And that's how it is. I don't make the rules. I don't control that. But that is reality. That is facts. And some people just want to live in their feelings, and they're going to have a wake up time whenever it doesn't meet the level that they've put in their head. I'm not saying it's going to be dead arrival. I think it's going to be borderline just all right. I can see this having the success of a Destiny 2 expansion release. If I'm being fair. But is that good enough for a new AAA IP game? And yes, it's a new IP game because anyone who's played the OG Marathon have said that this is nothing like Marathon. So for all intents and purposes, this is a new IP with a reboot. with a name from one of their old titles. Is that good enough? I don't think so. I don't think a Destiny 2 expansion release success is good enough for a game that Sony wants to be as successful as possible. I do absolutely believe they want Fortnite success, because if people didn't want Fortnite success, they would not copy some of the same templates that Fortnite has set out. Except for some reason, Bungie and Sony don't realize that one of the main successes of Fortnite is it being free. It is crazy how Fortnite is a perfect example of success. Hell, even like GTA is a perfect point of success, because you could literally earn everything in the game just by playing the game, or you can spend hundreds of dollars on like cash money for cash money in game. And people, the whales have funded GTA 6 for so long. We have so many points of like success in the gaming world. It is baffling that people just don't learn. They take the cheapest, greediest route possible, and the gaming market is tired of it. And I think that's the bottom dollar of why people have not accepted Marathon. I am very interested. I probably won't. I mean, I didn't get the alpha code, and I probably won't care enough to watch gameplay until the beta, until they take up feedback, and we'll see what's going on after with the beta. I'm going to be playing Oblivion. That is a fun game. It is a good game, and I am excited to continue playing it. Let me know what you think down below. Until next time, don't forget to game out. The link to Mr. Fallout's video is down below.